folks. Out for a little test ride with a difference. First test ride that I've come on this Tracer in the night. Oh, there's somebody walking there with nice bright colored clothes. Pretty bright night tonight. There's a moon out and it's pretty much full, and not only that, but it's only 7:49. Let's go down here. It's a pretty dark street, and kind of want to show you the lights on this bike, but you're not going to see it well tonight because it's, like I said, it's too bright. You can see the moon right up there, and it's kind of bright here, but you can see the lights a bit. And here are the bright lights, the high beam. Oop, car coming. I find the lights on this Tracer to be quite good for standard lights. I mean, look at that. I don't know how well the GoPro is going to pick it up, but I mean, you know, it's pretty darn bright. LED lights, pretty bright, and even as well with a nice cutoff. I wish I had I'm gonna do this again on a darker night so you can see the lights better. Yeah, 59 degrees. It's getting nice and cool here in Houston, and good riding weather finally, instead of all that heat. I haven't ridden the bike in a couple of days, so I'm itching to get out. I just thought I'd come out and go for a quick spin, check out this the brakes, rear brake pedal enlarger that I just installed. So that's what I'm going to do, and this is the first application right here, right now, coming up to this light. Let's see how it feels. Oh yeah, feels much better than before, a hell of a lot better. Big improvement. I mean, rear brakes on a bike is typically not as good as the front brake, but when you do call for it, when you do apply the rear brake, you want to get some stopping power, you know. You want it to be effective. And this bike is, I guess I've been spoiled with the RS. This bike has been much, you know, the rear brake is not as good. That one has a bit of bite. Front brakes on this bike isn't bad, especially after I changed the pads. It's quite good. And truth be known, because the RS has link brakes, I'm accustomed, my muscle memory is accustomed to using the front brake more. So you'll find that while I'm riding, I use the front brake quite a bit, and I hardly use the rear brake. Even when coming up to a corner, I can just feather that front brake quite nicely, and all of a sudden they're coming to a stop with a green light. Yeah, I can feather that front brake pretty good. I think I'll get out of this lane. Typically how I ride, I see actually hardly any use for the rear brake. Some people like to apply rear brake when they go into a corner, says it settles the bike, but I don't know, I hardly do that. Ooh, I think I'll pass this guy here. Soon going to be time to break out my winter gloves. This bike has got heated grips, of course, but unlike the BMW, the heated grips are uneven. Right side grip is hotter than the left, and that's a point for discussion on the forums. On the forum for the Tracer GT, some people claim they've got a fix for it. Take off the left hand grip and put some insulation between the element and the bar, but I don't know if I want to do that. It's just pretty pathetic that Yamaha wouldn't see the need to make sure that it does have good insulation from the factory. That would have been nice if Yamaha were to have fixed that from the start, you know. But oh well. But overall, I think it's a good bike. Price was right. Mileage was low. I've only got it up to about 4,500 miles now. Just turned 4,500 miles. I just did a brake, not a brake, a chain lube. I didn't clean the chain. I just, after I washed the bike, I just lubed the chain back up, because you don't need to clean the chain every time. You inspect the chain and you can see if the chain is dirty, and I ride on in these conditions here most of the time, so I'm riding urban riding. I'm not getting into any kind of dirts, so my chain is staying clean. So all I need to do is to lube it every 500. I don't know what this guy's speeding up for. Lube it every 500 and you're good to go. It still had some lube on it, but just for peace of mind, it doesn't hurt to put a little spray on it. I don't know why people whine about chains and having to do maintenance. I see it as no problem whatsoever. You know, you've got a mechanical part. I think I'll go down here. You've got a mechanical part that needs some maintenance. Ooh, ABS just kicked in a little bit. Ah. Oh, wow. It means I must be braking. Yeah, I mean, so what's the big deal? If the chain is clean, you just put a little bit of spray on it, and you're done. It takes like, I don't know, 1 minute. Big whoop. Even if you're doing a long distance, I typically ride, you know, if I'm really pulling in the miles, I'll ride 500 miles in a day. So for me, as soon as I get to the hotel or to wherever I'm stopping, I just put some spray on the chain and I'm good to go. It's done. You just got to bring the lube with you, but yeah, the can isn't that big. So I've got no problem with that. And I do like the fact that I don't get as much driveline losses as with a shaft. Shaft, of course, is nice because you don't have to pay any attention at all for 12,000 miles on the RS. But then at 12,000 miles, you've got to kind of, you know, change the shaft oil, and I am going to undertake to pull my shaft every time to inspect it, because if the bloody shaft, if the yoke, the universal joints, either one of them fails, you could have big problems. You know, big expense and everything. So I've decided that on my RS, every 12,000 miles, I'm going to pull my shaft and lube the splines front and back. You know, and so that's a big maintenance. Would you rather, you know, having to spray your chain every 500 miles, or do a major shaft service every 12,000 miles? A lot of people don't do any work on their bike anyway, so they're not going to do that shaft service. And the least they could do is lube the chain. Oh, this feels so good, man. I just love riding in the night. I don't know what's going on here. These guys are like taking a Sunday ride on a Thursday. But yeah, I like riding in the night. Love it. Well, not in traffic like this, but and I wish I had my well, I suppose I could turn on the heated grips, but too late. I've also got heated liners, glove liners, which are better than heated grips in the sense that no matter what you do with your hands, you're always got, you know, heat going into your fingers. Whereas I like to cover, especially where I'm riding urban here, I like to cover my brakes, cover my clutch from time to time. That means you're taking your hands off the heat. And so heated grips are nice, but they're not the be-all end-all. Heated grips plus heated liners, that's the way to go. I don't know what's going on here. Bet you this light changes when I get there. No. So yeah, winter's coming, and that means that here in Houston we're gonna get down to as low as maybe freezing occasionally. So one good thing that the RS has is that when it gets down to about 35 or so, you get a little snowflake on the dash, you know, warning you that the roads could be icy. I wonder if that's going to happen with this bike. Probably not. I don't think it's got a snowflake icon. Who knows? We'll find out. Oh, but the bike is running so sweet in the night. Well, not in the night, in this cool weather. I tell you, bikes just love to run. Thank you. Love to run in the cooler weather. My RS, oh man, it lives for the cooler weather. The cooler the better. Starts instantaneously, no double start or any nonsense like that. It just, and then it just pulls hard, and oh, really, really nice riding it in the cold weather. And this one seems to have that same characteristic too. Of course, they changed to winter fuel sometime maybe in October, I don't know, but somehow or the other they change over the fuel blend, and that probably helps as well. But bikes definitely run better in the winter. I have not recorded in the night in a long time. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. Anyway, I think I'll end this video here, and it's been a nice little short ride in the night, and good to get out. And I'll have to do it again, especially when the moon isn't out, and show you what these lights are. I am going to be putting some driving lights on this bike. The driving lights actually came today, but they're Christmas presents, so I'm not gonna open them until Christmas Day. But I did check them out, and make sure that I had all the parts that were necessary, and so that I don't get any surprises, and I'm able to successfully install them when I do open them up. So maybe I'll make a little reveal video for the lights, show you what I got. Or maybe I'll just wait until the installation happens. I don't know.